Hello everybody and welcome back to the Prince of Persia 2008 walkthrough. This time we are heading to the realm of our final corrupted. We're heading to the City of Light. Or I think it's technically just the city because I think one of the levels within the city is called the City of Light.
Ready to face certain death again?
But either way, we can hear the opponent waiting for us. It's going to be slightly horrible, I feel.
This devastation is more than the work of corruption.
Why do I get the feeling if corruption didn't do this, something worse did?
In the last battle with Ahriman, the city was given to the warrior. I think this could be his work.
Yes.
Hormaz! Are you out there?
We are going to have to deal with the warrior, who
monsters,
is
crazy women.
certainly a challenge, let's put it that way.
These trousers were new.
Now, I've struggled to kind of
Let me guess.
properly pinpoint
Yes.
the voice actor for
If that thing's just
the warrior,
shouldn't we go somewhere else?
because whereas it's a little more obvious for
Well, if we have to face him.
the concubine and
Does this warrior have
the hunter,
The writings say he was a king. He asked Ahriman for help, and in return for the king's soul, Ahriman
there are
gave him
two
strength
other
to fight
male
those who threatened him.
voice actors
weaknesses?
who are classified as kind of additional
Had
voices
to pick this religion.
who you
Couldn't
can't
have picked
pinpoint
one where
to
all
a
the
particular
evil
character.
figures were, I don't know, slightly angry sheep.
And because I believe
Warrior wanted
one of
to
them
kill.
is
Why's he ended up here?
most certainly the alchemist,
People's desires.
because of the voice, because of another voice that I know that he does. I will cover that when we get there. And that means that I believe that the warrior is voiced by Paul Mercier, who has been in quite a lot of things. He is Leon S. Kennedy in pretty much all Resident Evil things that have happened since Resident Evil 4. He is the voice of Faramir in Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth. He is Bear in the Dot Hack things. And, yeah, I think that kind of covers his main things. He's also Spectre in the SOCOM games. And yeah, that pretty much covers his main things. I mean, he's also been a part of Saints Row the 3rd and Saints Row 4. But yes, here we have the warrior. Now, the warrior can't be harmed by normal means. He's too bulky to be hurt. However,
Tell me what to do.
despite that, you can off him very, very, very quickly. You've just got to be very skilled about it. You need to lure the warrior all the way over to the edge, and then beat him over it.
I have no people.
And that is how you are meant to defeat him. It's certainly easier said than done to get him to the edge and then get off the attacks to shove him over, but you have to deal with that, really. Now, the warriors' fights get much more difficult as you progress, because it starts to become not merely push him off the edge, and you've got quite a nice kind of
If he was a
more than half a circle to get him over. But we will see more of that when we actually go into the main city levels. Now, I'm also going to use this time, seeing as I was on voice actors, to talk about the narrator in the game. Now, I thought that it was Kari Walgren, but it's not. It's actually a lady called Tam Evans, or as kind of she is known on many other things, it's Tamara Bernier Evans. Now, kind of having a look at some of the stuff that she's done,
Can you see a way out of here?
she's not really done a ridiculous amount in terms of kind of voice work. She's mostly, I think, a stage
Just because
actress,
someone has a crown doesn't make
because
them
she's
noble.
played like
No offense.
Tanya and Donna on
For his people.
He did
in
it
Mamma
so
Mia,
talk about his sacrifice.
and a variety of other things. She has
Cynical,
voiced
realistic.
stuff in Indiana Jones,
You
Kingdom
really
of the
think
Crystal
people do
Skull,
things that aren't about themselves?
Some people didn't.
and a
give
few
up,
other things.
Father. They chose to fight.
Might not
And then
have
in
been
terms
noble,
of
they still chose what was best for them.
animation stuff,
I bet they thought they'd get something
she
in the
voices
afterlife.
Mystique in Wolverine and the X-Men, Lady Illusion in Ace Lightning,
Just because I don't want
and
to win doesn't mean I can't
yeah,
win mine.
she's also apparently a singer-songwriter,
Because you're
so that certainly explains why she's
I don't want to live
done
where
Donna in Mamma
people
Mia.
who care can live out their miserable lives. The gods, the people that
She's
died,
also
they did what they did
performed in a number of
because they
Shakespeare
chose to.
plays, actually.
Because they thought there was something in it for them.
Sylvia in The Two Gentlemen of Verona, Celia in As You Like It, Nurse/Hermione in The Winter's Tale, Widow/Kate in Taming of the Shrew, Courtesan in The Comedy of Errors, and Diana in All's Well That Ends Well. And all of these appear to be part of the Stratford Festival of something or other. So, yeah. I really don't quite know why they chose to get a different voice actress to do that narration, because it doesn't really change a whole lot. I mean, I would say that it probably makes things more meaningful if it is Elika saying it, but oh well, it's not really my place to say whether it's worthwhile or not. The game developers evidently thought they needed someone for those extra few lines. So at this point we have visited all of the corrupted, and you can kind of see that some of them are going to be easier to defeat than others. And it's very much true that the Hunter is the easiest of the batch in the grand scheme of things. And then you've got the Alchemist, then the Concubine, and then the Warrior. But I think they do scale in difficulty depending on how many of the other corrupted you've defeated. So I think if you defeat the Concubine before the Alchemist, then the Alchemist will end up being more difficult to defeat. It's quite a clever system, if it is what I think it is, because basically I have only ever done it in this order of going Hunter, Alchemist, Concubine, Warrior. Also, I'm going to be really stupid about these two light seeds. Basically, all you need to do to get them is just hang off the edge. That's it. I thought I had to use the Hand of Ormars to get underneath, and no, you don't. But don't worry, we will get them eventually. Basically, when I was recording, I knew from the start that there were going to be certain areas where I was not going to be able to get everything when I was first there. So I play the game thinking, if I've missed kind of one or two, along with the 5 that you get for using the power plate, then that's fine, I can just do them when I go and collect those power plate things. And so what we are going to do overall is go through the entirety of the game. We're going to get all of the light seeds in the first levels before we head into the main hubs of each of those corrupted. And then any light seeds that are missing after that will be done after all of the corrupted have been defeated. Because that seemed like a neater solution to me.
How many more of these things are there?
Now, you've seen me kind of when I've been running about these places, cutting down the soldiers of Ahriman before they manage to spawn. And basically, if you want to get an achievement, you've got to make sure you do that a number of times. I will confirm the exact number of speed kills you've got to do at a later point, but that is how you get an achievement. And to be perfectly honest, you're going to want to do it anyway, because it means you don't have to fight them, which means that you get to just do more platforming, which is definitely the more fun element of the game. No matter how much I do say that the combat fits very nicely into how the game plays, because the combat uses the same buttons and same ideas as the platforming, so B uses the gauntlet, B is also used for kind of hand swinging on the rings, A is jump or acrobatic attack, Y is using Elika, and X doesn't really have a purpose in platforming, but all of the other things do, and it works. It's a very small thing, but it just makes things kind of all nice and cohesive. It's the same thing with Elika saving you if you die, because it makes sense in the context of the narrative. And really, that's one of the biggest things that never happens in video games. Pretty much in every single video game I've played, whenever you have kind of death or kind of game mechanics, most of the time they're very gamey in their concepts. So they seem kind of slightly bizarre in the sense of the world. Whereas all of the mechanics here actually make sense. It's really bizarre, because it's like, it's not something that you would expect to be so important in a game like this, and yet it is. And I don't think this game gets enough praise for that sort of cleverness. I mean, you can probably tell right now, I really do think that Prince of Persia 2008 is a really underrated gem of a game. It's not perfect by any means, and the gameplay is sometimes a bit dull and tedious, but in the overall presentation values, it's excellent. There's really not a whole lot that I can complain about other than the slightly dull gameplay. Because kind of the plot works, the characters work, and yeah. Also, I can't quite believe that I missed these particular light seeds, because, like, really, they were pretty obvious where they were. I guess kind of, I was just being a bit blind. Although you kind of do have to basically kind of technically go down the way you came. I just kind of went a little bit of bizarre way down there.
Ready.
And that was really, really stupid of me.
We have to get across.
Are you alright?
Like, that you can really do some stupid jumps in this game. And it's just like, why on earth did I even think that was a good idea? Thankfully, you do have unlimited saves from Elika, which does make the game too easy, but also, I mean, it makes the game infinitely less frustrating overall. And, this basically covers all of the light seeds in, the King's Gate. So, yay! And also, that means that we can officially head on in to the Citadel, where we are going to face down the Hunter and, take him down. I mean, first we've got to kind of get over there, but that should be pretty nice and fine. So, in the next part, we're going to be heading to the Sun Temple. This is going to be pretty fun.